Greetings of the day, everyone. It's given me great pleasure to welcome you all in today's webinar on value education. As educators, we know that teaching is not just academics. It is about shaping young minds with respect, honesty, kindness, and responsibility. In a world full of challenges, value education becomes the guiding light that helps our students grow into not only successful professionals but also a compassionate and responsible citizens. Together, let us explore how we can integrate values into our classrooms and inspire the next generation to live meaningful and ethical life. So let me share the screen. Here we go. Value education. Now, what is value education? Value education means learning about the right way to live life. It teaches us good habits, morals, and life skills that help us to become responsible, kind, and honest human beings. It is not only about studying subjects like maths or science, but also learning values like respect, honesty, sharing, helping, and caring. For example, for students, respect, greeting your teachers when they enter in the class, honesty, not copying in the exam when if no one is watching, returning a pencil or a book you borrowed. Now, if we talk about helping others, helping a classmate understand a tough chapter, or you may say sharing your tiffin with your friend who forgot theirs. When it comes to responsibility, doing your homework on time, taking care of your own school belongings. When it comes to kindness, including everyone in games so no one feels left out, saying kind words instead of making fun of others. Next one. Now, why is value education important? Value education important is because it helps us to become a good human beings. For example, when we learn honesty, we avoid lying or cheating. A student who admits their mistake instead of blaming others shows true character. It teaches us how to respect others. How? Let's take another example. Standing up and greeting teachers when they enter the classroom. Listening patiently when a classmate is sharing their opinion. It makes us responsible citizens. How? Following school rules, keeping the classroom clean and not wasting resources. And at home, if we concern about the responsible citizens, at home, switching off fans and lights when not in use. It also guides us to live a happy and meaningful life. For example, helping a friend in need gives inner happiness. Practice, Practicing kindness and gratitude makes our life more joyful and rather than just running after marks and money. In short, if I conclude this slide, value education is important because it shapes our thoughts, action, and behavior. It makes us not just smart students but also good people who can make the world better. Next one. Let's talk about core values. Now, when we talk about the core values in value education, it comes in a points. Number one is respect. Respect for parents, teachers, and peers. For example, listening carefully when teachers are teaching. Obeying your parents at home and thanking them for their care. Not interrupting or making fun of your classmate while they speak. Next one, honesty. Always tell the truth. Like, for example, if you take admitting that you forgot your homework instead of giving excuses, returning money or an item you found in the classroom to the teacher. Kindness and compassion means helping others. Sharing your lunch with a friend who forgot theirs, helping a classmate understand a maths problem they are struggling with. Next is responsibility, doing your duties well. Completing your assignments on time, taking care of your school books, bags, uniform, keeping your surrounding clean. Last one is teamwork. Now, playing games in where everyone participates fairly, completing a group project by dividing tasks and supporting each other. So they are just core values. I like a core foundation of our character. When we practice them daily, we become not just good students, but also a kind, honest, and responsible human being. Now, let's talk about value education in daily life. When we concern about at school we share books, we follow discipline, we respect teachers. Like while sharing the books, if a classmate forgets their textbook, you lend yours. To follow the discipline, standing in a line during assembly or waiting for your own turn to speak. Respect teachers. Greeting your teachers and listening attentively in your teachers comes under the respect to your teacher. When it comes to at home, obey your parents, help family, speak politely. How? By obeying your parents, following their advice about study habits or safety rules. Help family, assisting in small chores like setting up the table or watering the plants. Speak politely, using words like please and thank you with your family members. Now, when it comes to society in we follow rules. Crossing the road only at the zebra crossing, not waiting in the public places, care for environment, planting trees, saving water, or avoiding plastic. Help the needy one, donating old clothes, food, or helping an elderly person to cross the road. Let's talk about benefits of value education. Number one, builds good character. Example, a student who is honest never cheats in exam and gains everyone trust. Being respectful and responsible make others admire you. It improves relationship with others. How? Speaking kindly and helping classmates build strong relationship. Respecting parents and teachers strengthen family and school bonds. It reduces conflicts and stress also. If two friends argue, value education teaches them to say sorry and forgive instead of fighting. Staying calm and polite avoids unnecessarily stress. It helps us to make our better life choices. How? Choosing your study instead of wasting time on bad habits. Saying no to your peer pressure when friends ask you to do something wrong. It leads to a peaceful and happy life. Helping the needy or caring for nature gives inner joy. Living with honesty and kindness make your life meaningful and stressful. In short, if I conclude this slide again, value education shapes our personality, improves our behavior, and guides us to live happily with others. There is one famous quote: education without values, as useful as it is, seems rather to make a man a more clever devil, given by C.S. Lewis. Now let's talk about role of parents in value education. Number one, role models. Children learn by observing their parents' behavior. For example, if our parents are honest and respectful, children follow the same. Number two, teaching and guidance. Parents can teach values like honesty, kindness, and responsibility at home. Example, encouraging children to share, speak politely, or keep promises. Number three, creating a positive environment. A loving and disciplined home helps children to develop good habits. For example, regular family meals, reading together, or discussing moral stories. Number four, reinforcement and praise. Appreciating good behavior encourages children to continue practicing values. Example, praising a child for helping a sibling or telling the truth. Next one is role of community in value education. Number one, cultural and social learning. How? Community events, festivals, and social gatherings teach respect and cooperation. like participating in a local cleanliness drive or celebrating cultural festivals. Number two, mentorship and guidance. Elders and community leaders guide children in moral and social responsibilities. For example, encouraging volunteering, charity work, or responsible citizenship. Number three, providing opportunities for practice. Community activities give students real life experience in practicing values. Example, helping a community event, supporting the needy, or environmental project. Number four, reinforcing social norms. Communities help children understand right and wrong behaviors. For example, teaching respect for laws, elders, and social harmony. Next, coming to the approaches to value education. There are six approaches. Let us understand one by one. Number one is direct teaching approach. In this method, values are taught directly in the class through lesson, stories, or discussions. So, for example, supposingly a teacher explained the importance of honesty by telling the story of the honest woodcutter. Now, students are keep on discussing why honesty is better than lying. Number two, indirect or incidental approach. Here, the values are learned naturally through daily activities, school rules, or experiences, not directly taught. For example, students learn discipline by standing in a line for assembly. Teamwork is learned while playing sports or doing group project. Number three, role model approach. Now, students learn by observing and imitating their teachers, parents, or elders. Likewise, if a teacher always speaks politely, students copy that behavior. If parents help the poor children, also learn to be generous. So both of them, direct teaching approach and indirect, I would say direct teaching tells us about values and indirect teaching learning makes us practice value in daily life. Role models inspire us to follow values by example. Number four, value clarification. Now this approach helps students to think, reflect and choose their own values. So, class discussion on why it is important to respect elders. Students share their views and decide how they will practice it. Now, number one activity I will share with you. Students make a list of values they follow daily, like honesty, kindness, politeness, and explain why they are important to them. Number five, integrated approach. Values are taught along with the subject instead of separately. For example, in history, learning about freedom fighters teaches courage and patriotism. In science, learning about recycling teaches care the environment. In literature, reading stories teaches us kindness and empathy. Number six, experiential and activity based approach. Now, students learn values through real life activities and experiences. For example, visiting an old age home teaches respect and compassion for elders. Now, tree plantation in school teaches us care for nature. Role plays and group projects help students practice teamwork and cooperation. So, in short, if I summarize, value clarification equals to think and choose your values. Integrated approach means learn values through subject. Experiential means practice values and real life activities. So, as per the NEP, let us understand more. As per the NEP also emphasizes the education should develop the whole child, not just academics. Holistic development means grow in knowledge, skills, and values. For example, learning science, practicing teamwork, and being creative. Character development, which means build qualities like honesty, respect, kindness, and responsibility, helping others, respecting your teachers, and caring for environment. So, in short, NEP 2020 aims to make the students smart, skilled, and good human beings. Next one. Now, here comes the challenges in implementing value education. Number one, overloaded of curriculum. Never the part. Overloaded curriculum means school focuses a lot on subject and exams, leaving less time for value education. Supposingly, students have back-to-back classes and homework, so discussions on honesty and teamwork may get skipped. Lack of trained teachers. Teachers may not know how to teach values effectively. Like a teacher may explain honesty in theory but cannot give real life activities to practice it. Number three, influence of media or technology. Now, TV, social media, and games sometimes encourage bad behavior or distractions. Like watching shows that promote violence or cheating can influence students negatively. Number four, inconsistent reinforcement at home. Student may learn values at school but not see them at practice at home. Like parents scolding without explanation may confuse lessons or respect or kindness. In short, these challenges make it harder to teach values, but consistent practice at school and home can help students to develop a good character. Let's have solution and best practices in value education. Number one, teacher training workshops. Teachers should be trained to teach values in creative and practical ways. For example, a workshop shows teachers how to use stories, role plays, or games to explain honesty or teamwork. Number two, collaboration with NGOs and community. Like schools can work with NGOs and local community groups to promote values. Like an NGO organizes a cleanliness drive in the neighborhood and students take part to learn responsibly. Number three, experiential learning, field visit or projects. Now, here students learn values by experiencing them in real life. For example, visiting an old age home teaches compassion and respect for elders. Planting trees as a project teaches care for environment. Number four, continuous reinforcement in daily life. Values must be practiced every day, not just during one lesson. Like morning assemblies include thought for the day on kindness. Teachers remind students to speak politely and share in the class. In short, by training teachers, involving the community, giving real life experiences, and practicing value daily, schools can make value education more effective. Let me conclude. Now, value education is equal to learning to live with respect, honesty, and kindness. For example, respecting teachers, telling the truth, and helping classmates. It helps us to become good students, good citizens, and good human beings. Like doing homework on time, following traffic rules, and caring for nature. Let's live our values every day. Sharing with your friends, speaking politely, and showing compassion to those in need. In short, value education is not just a subject. It is a way of life that makes us happy and helps create a better world. Thank you everyone for listening me. Value education shows us how to achieve success with character so that we become not only smart students but also good human beings.